Welcome to this week's edition of the Kline May Realty Showcase. I am Angela Dove at the Harrisonburg office. If you see a property that interests you, please give me or one of our agents a call. Thanks to our sponsors and enjoy the show.
Thanks a lot, Huck, for inviting me to SPCA to meet Panchees today.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming over. We always appreciate having you guys over here.
Can you tell me a little bit about Panchees?
Yeah, so Panchees has been with us for about a month or so. She is a senior cat. She's 13 years old. Came into our care after the owner was moving and unable to secure housing that would allow a cat to come with them.
Aww.
So kind of sad, but she's starting to settle in.
Yeah, Panchees is beautiful. And what's the temperament of Panchees?
You know, she's like a lot of cats who've been house cats for a long time. She's a little bit unsure of her surroundings, and she's slowly easing into getting to know more people and getting more comfortable being here.
Did she come from a home that had children or other pets?
I don't believe they did. I think she was the only pet they had in the house. They had her since a kitten. So I'm sure it's a big change for her. Like so many cats, probably the first time she's really been out of the house.
And has she already been spayed and microchipped?
Yep. Yeah, so all the cats available for adoption are the spayed or neutered and they're microchipped. They've also been tested for heartworm disease and FELV and FIV and had their vaccines. Whoops. So she's all up to date on all of those things. She has shown sociability towards other cats.
Okay.
So she could probably live in a home with other cats. We've not seen her on dogs. Just due to the stress, we don't test them, so to speak, with other dogs. It's not to stress them out even more.
Mm-hmm.
But so much of that depends upon how slowly they're introduced to each other too. And she seems to be indifferent towards children, at least when I've seen her in the adoptable cat room.
Okay.
So that might be an option also.
Yeah. Oh, well, I hope Panchees gets adopted soon. She's very sweet.
She is really sweet. Susan, if you'd like to meet one of our dogs as well, I'll go back there and see who's not been out for a walk yet.
I would love to do that.
Let's do that.
Huck, can you tell me about Curtis?
Yeah, so Curtis is about 2.5, 3 years old. He is a neutered male, ready for adoption. He's been with us for about a month or so. And what makes him unique is that we think Curtis is completely deaf.
Okay.
I'm guessing he's probably born that way. It doesn't seem to bother him any though.
You are so sweet.
He is. He loves other dogs. Absolutely loves them.
What about other animals other than dogs, do you know?
We don't know. He's been around children, seems to do completely fine with them. And for a young dog, he's got pretty good manners. He pulls a little bit on leash, but some of that's just the excitement.
In general, what would you define his temperament?
You know, he's an easygoing dog. He truly is somebody who's able to make some accommodations for him being deaf. And that really is just a matter of being able to communicate with him. Whereas in his case, it requires going over to give him a little tap to let him know you're trying to communicate with him. But outside of that, there's really no underlying health concerns or anything. We do suspect he was born that way. So he doesn't know any different. He doesn't know there's anything wrong with him. Not to say that there is. Susan, thank you so much for coming out and helping us socialize the animals and share information about them.
It's been my pleasure, and I hope both Panchees and Curtis get adopted really soon. They're both awesome animals.
Let's hope so. They'll make some great additions.
Whether you're looking to purchase or refinance a home, DuPont Community Credit Union has mortgage options to fit your life. With fixed and adjustable rate options that offer low down payments, DCCU's team of local mortgage advisors will advise you on the best mortgage option and guide you through the lending process, from pre-approval to making memories in your new home. Start your home buying journey today at mydccu.com.
Hi, Julie Katykhin here with Kline May Realty. I'm excited to show you this new house located on the popular Bluestone Hills Drive. Come, let me show you around. This luxury home features a beautiful chef's kitchen that has granite countertops, stainless steel appliances, open floor plan for all your entertaining, and the best part right behind me, panoramic views of the city of Harrisonburg. I hope you've enjoyed this tour of 136 Bluestone Hills Drive. For more information or to schedule a tour, visit juliekhomes.com. Enjoy the views.
Hi, I'm Karl Waizecker, Principal Broker of Kline May Realty, and I'm here today with Erick, CEO of the Harrisonburg-Rockingham Association of Realtors. Thanks so much for being with us today, Erick.
Happy to join you.
We're here today just to give a little bit of an update on the spring 2023 market, what's going on here in Harrisonburg and Rockingham County, and also in the greater Augusta area. And what we're seeing so far is, as you've seen in the headlines, a slower year than last year. The Harrisonburg market is down by a little more than 15%, and the Augusta County market down by a little more than 25%. However, in both markets, prices are still climbing. For the past several years, we've been short on inventory, or so we've thought. We've always talked about nothing to sell, there's nothing on the market. But we have to be careful to realize that means standing inventory, and that we sold a lot of houses over the past few years, which meant there were a lot of houses to sell. There just weren't too many at any given point in the market. This year, the opposite's happening. There have been far fewer new listings on the market in the first 4 months of this year than in prior years, but the pace of sales has slowed a little bit because of the hike in interest rates, so there are actually a little more standing inventory than what we've had last year. You get to see, Erick, kind of a bigger picture perspective. You get to talk to brokers and agents from all the various firms. What are you hearing from folks about the market this year?
One of the interesting things I'm seeing more and more of are the listings are going within the first 3 days, or they're going 30 plus.
Yep.
You're not seeing a lot of those 10 to 20 day listings. That's an interesting process because you get those who are setting back, waiting to see if the price is going to drop or what may happen, but then so is everyone else, and it creates a new rush at a different point. That has been a little bit unique, what I've been seeing recently, I believe.
Let's shift gears a little bit. A lot of folks in the community aren't too aware of what the Realtors Association actually is here for. Can you share with us a little bit about what the association does, both for the realtor community and also for our larger community?
Yeah, so we just went through strategic planning process last fall, kind of setting the next 3-year plan, kind of goals for us as the association. And one of the big themes for us in the next few years is engagement of our members. We're doing more and more to find opportunities to just get our people together, to build networking relationships. It helps us work together even better. We've put an emphasis this year in particular on supporting Habitat for Humanity, our community outreach efforts, and that committee of doing a few fundraising events to support that.
Fantastic. Yeah, they've got a lot going on right now. It's been nice to see them grow in their impact here in our community.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming in and talking with us today, Erick. It was great having you here.
Well, we appreciate the invite, and anything that we can do at the association to support the work of our members, we're always here to help.
I appreciate it. And I will say, it's interesting that you mentioned trying to get folks together in a non-work kind of environment. I've always thought that's one of the best things about doing this job in this area, is that folks really do get to know each other.
There's a uniqueness to the Valley, and we really live out some of those friendly city values in the way that we do our profession. And so it's a unique place, and we want to continue to build upon that.
I agree. Thanks again for being here. Hi, I'm Karl Waizecker, Principal Broker Kline May Realty. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Q&A with Kline May. Our question today is a bit of a repeat, but it's one that we get asked on a daily basis, really for the last 6 months or so, and that is, what's happening with interest rates? It's a very interesting situation right now. A few weeks ago, the Federal Reserve Board raised, once again, the prime lending rate. They raised it by 1/4 point. A lot of people think that that's going to bring an associated rise in mortgage rates. Sometimes rates go up, but the two are not directly tied at all. And occasionally, when the Fed raises their rate, mortgage rates go down. And that's what happened this time. Between the Fed raising their rate, talk of a recession, and some uncertainty in the financial markets, big investors in the financial markets started pulling their money out of stocks and into bonds. Mortgages are bundled up by banks and sold on the bond market as mortgage-backed securities. So they behave just like bonds. And in the bond market, when there's a greater demand for something, the rate of interest that it pays actually goes down. So as there became more demand for those mortgage-backed securities, the interest rates went down. We can hope that that's a trend that continues. The chairman of the Fed has said that they don't anticipate any future increases, at least in the near future. So hopefully that message of stability will help people plan. The industry experts are still saying that mortgage rates should decline slowly through the year as inflation continues to come down and the labor market settles out. So we have high hopes that rates are not going to rise in the future, that they may even come down. This last, hopefully last, increase by the Fed actually had a really good result for the mortgage market. So let's finish up today with our coffee. This is a new one to me. I was not familiar with this roaster. This is called Mud House. They're from over in Charlottesville. One of our agents brought this to me. This is their Ethiopian coffee. Wow, that's a really good cup of coffee. I think that goes right to my favorites list. That is very bold, very rich. But at the same time, very smooth. Super, super, super deep flavor. I like that a lot. Mud House Coffee Roasters in Charlottesville. If you have a question for me or a coffee you'd like me to try here on the show, please send me an email at questions@klinemay.com. And if you like keeping up with what's going on in our market, there's always a link below where you can click and see the listings which have hit our market in the last 2 weeks. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
We all want to give our kids the best of everything, the best nutrition, the best education, and the best place to grow up. even the air they breathe. Lennox strives to provide the best air quality for your family's home, free of indoor air pollutants.
At Landis Heating and Air Conditioning, they can install a Lennox customized comfort system in your home. Let Landis sweat the details so you can relax in comfort. Call my friends at Landis Heating and Air Conditioning today.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
Hey Sydney, I am so excited to finally be able to come out and talk to you about Stonehaven.
The mission of Stonehaven is to walk with survivors of sexual exploitation in their journey of healing. Back in college, I did an internship in Massachusetts at a safe home on the northern shore of Boston and just had my eyes opened. After that, I did end up going to Tennessee and working with a ministry there, working in their residential program, serving alongside women and just walking them through trauma and addiction and mental health issues, helping them sort of transition more to healing and independence. That's what Stonehaven is about. We want to do that here in this area. It's such a need here. I think people are surprised to hear that. A lot of people think, it's happening in other countries or it's just happening in big cities. But unfortunately, it does not discriminate against town size, against race, against gender. It's happening in every community, whether we like to think about it or not. I'm excited to get Stonehaven started and to start providing services for women who are in need.
Tell me a little bit more in detail about the services that you would anticipate Stonehaven providing.
We'd like to have a residential home that would hold about 8 women. We would give them everything that they need for up to 2 years. So we would include all meals, we would include all of their medical appointments, all the dental appointments. If they have a history with the court system, making sure those things are taken care of, making sure they have a driver's license, and all the things that we need to function in society, making sure all of those needs are met. We also would have curriculums to help facilitate that healing that's so needed to being able to fully function independently. And then eventually helping them find jobs and helping them find housing.
Sydney, what is your greatest need right now?
The biggest thing for us right now is being able to have that capital to be able to get the program started. Outside of that, of course, we always need networking opportunities with other service providers and partners in those fields and people that are passionate about bringing these services to Rockingham County. We just need community support.
You mentioned a nice fall fundraiser coming up soon.
We have an event this fall, October 21st, called the Helpers Brunch, where we'll just be talking about the mission of Stonehaven and our vision for the next few years. It's going to be at the Lavender Farm, and we're currently looking for sponsors and people to attend the event, so I'm really excited about it.
If someone wants to learn more about Stonehaven or even donate, where can they do that?
You can find us on our website at stonehavenva, like Virginia.org, and then we're also on Facebook and Instagram.
It's something that I'm passionate about, and I think those in our community would want to be able to help with this need as well. So I just appreciate you sitting down and chatting.
Thank you so much for having me.
It's been so good to see you.
welcome. I get nervous. Okay, all right. I'm Angela Dove, and I am Thanks for joining us. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thanks again to our sponsors, and we will see you next week.